Hi, it's Karen with Texas Farmstead Living. Remember back in January when I showed you how to take a break from making kefir by storing your grains in the refrigerator? So now it is June, it's been 6 months. So today I'm going to show you how to take your kefir grains out of storage and get them active again so you can make kefir. When you take your kefir grains out of the refrigerator, they have been stored in the powdered organic milk for 6 months and they're dehydrated. So the first thing we need to do is we need to rinse them in unchlorinated or filtered water and rinse all of the powdered milk off of them. So they're very dry, and so the next step is we need to rehydrate them. So you'll want to put them in I'm using a 1 cup ball jar right now. So you want to put your kefir grains in there, and you don't want to cover them with a lot of milk because you don't want to waste your milk, especially if you're using raw milk. Later in the video, I'm going to give you some details about the best milk to use to make kefir. So you want to maybe put about 1/4 cup of milk just to cover them. Then put the unbleached coffee filter with a rubber band over them and set them up in your cabinet away from other ferments. So the second day, 24 hours later, you'll want to strain them with a plastic strainer. That's what I recommend. And you want to discard that little bit of milk that's left because it won't taste very good. But we're just going to use a little bit of milk to cover the grains, because it's going to take a few days to kind of wake these grains up. So the second day, same thing, just cover them with a little bit of milk, put your unbleached coffee filter over, put them back in your cabinet. Third day, same thing, strain your grains with your plastic strainer, discard, or discard, feed to your chickens or put it in your garden. Do not just throw it away or down the sink. About the 4th day, as you can see, they're starting to, make a clabbered looking milk, and within that 24 hours. So it looks like they're waking up. I can see that they're hydrated and looking a little more active. It's day 5, and it looks like the kefir grains are perfectly hydrated. We're now ready to make our kefir. It looks like there's about 1 teaspoon or a little generous teaspoon of kefir grains, and I'm going to add about 1 cup of milk. But later in the video, I'm going to go into detail about the ratio of kefir grains to milk. My kefir goes in the cabinet right behind me, away from all other ferments. Okay, that's all there is to it. You should be ready to make lots of smoothies and do second ferments and just enjoy it every day. I want to jump in right here and talk to you a little bit about the amount of kefir grains that I use to ferment my kefir. The rule of thumb is a teaspoon per cup of milk, or around a tablespoon per quart. But as you make kefir and as your taste develops, and you might want your kefir a little stronger. At this point, after about 8 years of making kefir, we like to use about 1/4 cup of kefir grains per quart of milk. So it's your taste, you decide what you like, but I would recommend just increasing the amount of kefir grains slowly and let your taste develop slowly. Also keep in mind that the more grains and the amount of time that you ferment your kefir impacts the amount of lactose that is fermented out of your milk. So time, amount of kefir grains, and temperature impact the amount of lactose fermented out of your raw milk. Now I want to talk to you about the best milk to use to make kefir. I highly recommend using raw cow's milk. I've used raw milk for many years and my kefir grains have been very healthy and have always grown very rapidly. But if you don't have access to raw cow's milk, just use regular pasteurized milk. But ultra pasteurized milk will not work to make kefir. I hope that you will get your kefir grains going again, get them out of storage. I hope this helped you. Please leave me comments if you have any questions. I've been making kefir for about 8 years and maybe I can help you. Thank you for watching our video, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe if you're interested in farmstead living, and please follow us on social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook. From our Texas Hill Country farmstead to you, have a blessed day, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.